morning, ladies and gentlemen, from Carter Blah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from Roan Mountain State Park in Carter County, Tennessee. They have these little binocular things or whatever these are called. Can you see it? Let's see. Oh, you actually can a little bit. That's kind of crazy. I didn't think that was going to work. Hey, a very special episode today, ladies and gentlemen. Extremely special episode, rather, because today marks the 1-year anniversary of this show. It's kind of crazy saying that out loud. It doesn't feel like it's been a year. Somehow it has. I don't know where the time's gone. I've said this before on the channel, but the whole idea for this kind of came about randomly. This is not like a genre that I'm prone to making. I'm not a big traveler. I am now, I guess. I also want to say just right here from the top a very special thank you to whoever is watching these videos. Who are you, by the way? I'm genuinely curious on who y'all are and why you watch these videos. I really don't get it, aside from my good looks and personality. A genuine thank you to those of you that continue to watch and support the channel. I really do enjoy making these. I've said that plenty of times. So thank you for being here, and I'm going to be here for a while as well. So you're going to have to get used to looking at this for quite a while, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome. Anyway, because today is the first anniversary of the show, I've decided to do something a little bit special today. I wanted to go back to a place, or the place, that started this whole thing. So today we're going to be paying a visit to the town of Newland, North Carolina, exactly 1 year later. I also want to do kind of a better job because in the first video, the first episode of this show, I ended up in Newland by a complete accident. It was one of those where I just got in the car and started driving off into the distance. You end up at a place. But that first episode was really just kind of a trial run to see if this was even a format that I can continue with. So today I want to do a little bit of a better job and make like an actual full effort video about the place that started this whole journey. So today we're going back to Newland, North Carolina. We first have to make a stop at another very important destination. We're not going to waste any more time. We're going to go ahead and get into the car. So we will see you all at stop number 2 momentarily. Well, I would have really loved to have had that transition play out all the way. I had to cut it short because I'm now in Sugar Mountain. We're now in Sugar Mountain. There's a particular shot that I need to make the rest of this video, but that shot is currently being blocked by this vehicle that's right next to me, this blue SUV situation. It's just some older gentleman in his SUV. You know, I got here first. I was here for about 10 minutes before he pulled up. I was just reviewing my notes and whatever, and I literally opened the door to get out of the car to like record the rest of the episode and get the shot, and then this dude pulls up right next to me. He's not got out of his car either. We've been here for like 30 minutes, and I have a freaking show to do, people. I can't spend all day in Sugar Mountain. I'm just here to tell you that I basically made it to Sugar Mountain. That's pretty much it, dude. I mean, all the places that you could possibly park. We've got plenty of space over here, right here. Look at all this space, people. But no, you decide to park right next to me. So long story short, I would really love to have a nice introspective moment on where the show actually opened up at that was ruined by that particular individual. Oh my god. You'll never believe it, ladies and gentlemen. See, you can't make this stuff up. Literally. I mean, of all the places, you pick this one particular spot. Alright, anyway, moving on from that. Yeah, we're now in Sugar Mountain. This is just kind of a nod to Sugar Mountain because this is actually where the show really began. It was this particular, it's actually literally that exact spot. And this is exactly a year later. One thing, I think I'm gonna make it a tradition to come back to these two towns every year as like the finale of every year that goes by. We're gonna keep an eye on these gas prices also. So to whoever sets these prices for gas, I don't know how it works, but we're keeping an eye on you. I will say though, I looked back at the video from last year. The gas prices last year were $3.39, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe that? So that's improvement right there, people. Anyway, all right, we're gonna go ahead and get back on the road and head into Newland, which is in that there direction, I think. So we will see you there in just a moment. We are first going to, there's somebody yelling at me over there. That totally threw me off. Yeah, we're gonna go to Newland. Okay, yeah. Goodbye, Sugar Mountain. We'll see you next year. We'll see you in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. It's all still here. Officially welcome back to Newland, North Carolina. I'll be really honest, my memory's a little bit foggy. I don't remember too much about Newland. I didn't learn a whole lot about it when I came through the first time. So I'm kind of curious to learn a little bit more about it today and figure out like what's going on. There's like a couple of little girls over there, but that's really the first people I've seen so far. I'm gonna go ahead and do like a mini boring stuff segment. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the boring stuff. Newland is a town and the county seat of Aubrey County in the U.S. state of North Carolina. Fun fact, Newland is the highest county seat located east of the Mississippi River. Population was 698 at the 2010 census and 715 at the 2020 census, representing a population incline of 2.4%. Why does the town of Newland, North Carolina exist?
Newland is actually the county seat of Aubrey County, and it was established in the early 20th century. It was originally called Old Fields, but it was renamed to honor the Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina at the time, William Newland. Like a lot of small towns, it developed as a center for local government and community life in that region.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
You're very welcome. If you have any more questions or if there's anything else you're curious about, just let me know.
Her voice is so annoying. Racial composition, 78.32% white, 12.87% Hispanic or Latino, 1.96% black, 1.26% Native American, that's a new one, and then everybody else. Alright, yeah, that's the boring stuff. I realized when I was driving into Newland today that the town is actually a little bit bigger than what I had originally thought. It's not a massive town, obviously, as you can see. So I'm gonna go and check out a couple more spots in just a second. But first I wanted to visit this thing. It's this old train cart. What do you call this? Why is my brain not working? Yeah, is this a train behind me, or what's the deal with this thing?
The red train you're seeing is likely the East Tennessee and Western North Carolina Railroad's Caboose 505. Built in November 1950, it served as a workhorse for freight trains for nearly 25 years. After the railroad ceased operations in 1950, Caboose 505 was preserved and is now on display at the Aubrey County Historical Museum.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
You're always welcome. If you have any more questions or if there's anything else you'd like to chat about, just let me know.
God, okay. God, what would I do without her? So yeah, anyway, I remember editing the first video and that one shot, I just kind of always thought that was an interesting shot, so I wanted to learn more about that. Anyway, glad we figured that out. Alright, next, something that's really strange. Good lord. Just kind of an odd fact about the place. Newland is actually split into two separate townships, officially labeled as Newland Township number 1 and Newland Township number 2. Not exactly sure why or what that's about. I just thought that that was kind of strange. I've never seen that before, so. So I've just learned that the town of Newland is hosting a Independence Day celebration. I'm not exactly sure why, because today is not July 4th. But they're hosting an Independence Day celebration somewhere downtown, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and check that out and see what's going on. So we will see you there right now. Well, I figured out where everybody's at. I am now at the event. This is somewhere still in Newland. I'm not exactly sure what this park is called or whatever this is. It's currently 9:03 p.m. and as you can see, it's still not dark, which is kind of ridiculous. Somebody's got to turn the lights off in this place. I'm ready for this thing to start, people. I definitely do not belong in this place. I'm a city kid at heart. And this is a real boot-strapping cowboy wear your hat backwards, tank tops, girls with white sandals. You know the vibe, people. And no shame in that, by the way. That's not an insult. It's just, you know, some different breeds out here in the mountains of North Carolina. One thing I will say, nowhere else can you find some of the views like you can out here in the mountains of North Carolina. Alright, show is getting ready to start. I think that these guys over here are the ones that are firing the fireworks off. Pretty sure that's what they're doing. So I'm going to get as far away from here as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and let them take it away. I will see you all in just a little bit to close out the show for this evening. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. My camera died. But it like died for real. There was some mechanical error or something that happened after that last clip cut out. I couldn't have asked for better timing. 1 year. It lasted for 1 year exactly. Anyway, I tried my best on this episode. I really did. I would have loved to have had like a higher quality outro. This is what you get on my channel, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it is. Not to be dramatic, but I'm pretty sure that that's an obvious sign. On to bigger and better things in year 2. So I think I'm gonna officially retire this camera. I think I'll keep this as a trophy. pretty much it, dude. What else do you want from me? To the wonderful people of Newland, North Carolina, thank you very much for having me against your own will. I really appreciate you. We're going to get to know this little town pretty well over the years, so I hope that you'll join me on those visits. And wherever else we end up, Lord only knows where I'm going to end up. But as for today, I think that's going to go ahead and do it. I really appreciate you all for watching over the past year. I'm also very excited to see you all wherever we end up. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you very soon. Have a great week. Stay safe. And, yep, I'll see you later. Goodbye.